Hi, my name's Bob Stewart. I'm Director of Canadian Centres for Teaching Peace. This is the first video in a series intended to help the viewer to teach peace, be peace, and reach peace. This video provides an orientation to our particular approach, philosophy, and best practices at Canadian Centres for Teaching Peace. This is part one of two parts. I wish to preface my comments by saying that when I talk about peace, I'm referring to peace at all levels: world, national, community, family, personal, or individual. They are all linked, interconnected, and ultimately, world peace depends on personal peace and personal transformation. In other words, world peace depends on each of us. Peace begins with me, and you, and you, and you. I would like to ask you, how many of us do you think are teachers of peace? How many of us unconsciously teach violence? Well, believe it or not, each moment of the day we are all teachers of either peace or violence. Please allow me to explain. By our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions every day, we are affecting our children and spouses, other family members, co-workers, friends, neighbors, colleagues, customers, or clients, etc. If we choose to act in a peaceful way, we will teach peace. On the other hand, if we choose to act in a violent way, we teach violence and sometimes also peace. Let me give you an example. If I get cut off by an inconsiderate driver in traffic and respond with a verbal attack, my children in the back seat learn to follow my example of boiling over and increasing stress. Sometimes they may choose something more positive and a peaceful approach and reject my approach. Everyone is at different levels of ability on the peace education scale. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the absence of all peace abilities and 10 being a sage of peace, where do you see yourself? Our goal at Canadian Centres for Teaching Peace is to encourage and help all of us who are willing to be more effective peace educators. My intent is to be able to show you what's in it for all of us and the payoff for our communities and the world. Would you agree with me that no matter where we live in Canada, or the world for that matter, each and every community has residents who are not at peace within themselves or amongst themselves? Would you agree with me that many communities are struggling right now with their own needs and challenges in order to experience greater peace in their community? I believe that the creation of community centers for teaching peace at each community level could be the solution that we have all been waiting for. This vision came to me as a result of my own search for peace and how I could contribute. And I briefly tell my story in peace video number 2. Speaking from my own experience, it is my belief that a person, through working on a community holistic project with the purpose of building peace in their community and world, would learn key skills, attitudes, and behaviors leading to greater peace, significantly raise their levels of inner peace, consciousness, love, harmony, and happiness, significantly lower their levels of stress, negative behavior, and discontent, make a significant positive difference with their life, and help many others at home and elsewhere. This could be the personal transformation we will experience directly by getting engaged. For a brief example list of key skills, refer to our Peace Toolkit. You can find it at www.peace.ca/personaltoolkit.htm, all one word. You will note that these skills are all about relationships and with each other and with ourselves. How do we bring about this transformation? Our recommended path to peace is through peace education, teaching the skills, attitudes, and behaviors of how to live together more successfully, also known as social intelligence. For a good article on social intelligence, see peace.ca/ socialintelligence.htm. Our projects operate out of both real and virtual community centers for teaching peace and peace cafes. You can learn more at www.peacecafe.ca, all one word. They're integral parts of an international culture of peace program intent on increasing the levels of peace consciousness in our communities and world. In brief, community centers for teaching peace and peace cafes are safe community spaces dedicated to developing a culture of peace at the community level through dialogue, conversation, workshops, and a library of peace resources, along with wholesome food and drink options. Our goal is to promote community connectedness again. What are our principles? We're guided by 4 world-renowned programs. The first are the principles and experience of the premier self-help program in the world, Alcoholics Anonymous. Borrowing from AA's introduction, Canadian Centers for Teaching Peace is a fellowship of men and women of all ages who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other that they may solve their common problem and help others to achieve peace and reject violence, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, direct and indirect violences. The only requirement for membership is a desire to achieve peace and reject violence. There are no dues or fees for membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions and socially profitable service work and projects. Canadian Centers for Teaching Peace is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization, or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to educate, stay peaceful, and help others to achieve peace. Our work is based on broad spiritual principles and is informed by other AA principles such as their traditions and steps. The second principal program is that of the Polio Plus program, which is comprised of a partnership of many public and private organizations, including the World Health Organization and Rotary clubs. It's designed to eradicate polio and a number of other diseases from the face of the earth. Now, for example, using that medical analogy, violence is a disease, just like polio. The good news, we have an antidote, namely peace education. All we have to do is help inoculate all the children and in the process the adults. I call this the Peace Plus program. You can find a description of it at peace.ca/groundworkforpeace.htm, all one word. Thirdly, the United Nations Culture of Peace program and the principles enumerated in Manifesto 2000 are foundational to what we do. The United Nations Culture of Peace program was ratified by almost every country in the world, including Canada, and over 70 million people and organizations around the world pledged to follow the Manifesto 2000 principles. These principles will be enumerated in part 2 of this video.